Hey, what's going on? Mark here for Unoriginal Noobs. Here in Resonant Explained, Auto Farm kind of tutorial little part of the series that I'm doing. And in this part, I'm going to be doing the exact same automated farm that I made with the item ducts last time and the redstone energy conduits. Except this time, I'm going to be doing it with EnderIO. And one reason why I want to show this with EnderIO is because you can see here that the item ducts and the redstone energy conduits have to take up multiple sides of the harvester, which means if you want to have a completely clean harvester build, you can't do it because you have to have item ducts coming out the back. So if you have back-to-back harvesters, so you have plots on this side and then another 3 plots right directly on the other side, and you have back-to-back harvesters, it's going to be very difficult to do, and it won't look as clean as you can possibly get it to do with EnderIO's conduits. So why don't I get right into how we can set it up with EnderIO's energy, item, and then the fluid conduits, because you can see here, they actually produce sludge, the harvester, and yeah, just the harvester, when they harvest the crops. So why don't we get right into this? So the way the item conduits work is that instead of finding the closest possible inventory, they'll kind of just dump it into a random inventory. However, when it comes to whitelisting, we could use whitelisting on the item ducts, except there's one kind of crucial element that the whitelisting wasn't able to offer on the item ducts, and you have to attach pneumatic servos to all of them. Whereas the normal item conduits, this isn't even the empowered ones, just the normal ones, offer a more complex whitelisting configuration, and it's perfect for what we want to do. So why don't we get right in? So the first thing you're going to want to do, obviously, is just to place your EnderIO item conduits beneath all of your harvesters, and they'll automatically connect. Easy peasy. And whoop, come on, connect. There we go. And connect, and here we go. And then we can just drop them right into a chest. And you can see this little green arrow that my cursor is pointing at. You can see that green arrow is facing outwards. So that means items want to go out of this. So this isn't going to be able to put any items into the chest. So what you want to do is right click on the square panel part, not on the conduit itself, but on the square panel part that's on the chest, and it will open up this GUI here. And you want to switch this from extract to insert. Okay, that's all you want to do. And then you can exit. Actually, no. Yeah, that's all you want to do. Okay. And then on all of the harvesters that you've placed your EnderIO conduit on, you want to right click on them. There should be an extract mode, and then you want to disable this redstone mode here. And then extract. And then that should be good for that. And all right, sweet. So we can go here, and we'll just do that for all of them. Extract, and okay. Yes, extract. And then we'll go to the very last one, and extract, and redstone control off. Okay, sweet. So then we can put the item conduits onto all of the planters. Perfect. Oops, that's not a planter. Okay, so now you can see all these arrows are facing outwards, so we're going to have to set all of these to insert. And now here's what you want to do. So you want to get all of the seeds that you're using. So here I have the same seeds as I had in the first one there. I have redstone, platinum, and then normal crops. I'll just put them in order here. And then what you want to do for the harvesters item, the item conduit from EnderIO that's connected to your harvesters, you want to right click on the square panel as you did for all the other ones. You want to set to insert. You want to put whitelist on, and then you want to turn on sticky mode. What sticky mode does is whenever there is items pulled into the item conduit system, okay, so let's first put the seeds in the whitelist. So we have redstone seeds up here, redstone crop seeds or redstone crops up there, and we want all the redstone seeds to go back into this planter. So we want to put redstone seeds in the whitelist, make sure whitelist is checked, and then put redstone seeds into one of the filter options, and then turn on sticky mode. And what that means is whenever any redstone seeds get pulled into the item conduit, the EnderIO conduit in this little network we have here, anywhere in the network, this sticky mode that we just put ensures that all redstone seeds will be pulled towards this particular output, which means we could pull in redstone seeds from 1,000 blocks in that direction. And this insert conduit right here, because it's set in sticky mode, will pull redstone seeds from anywhere that are connected to this network right into there. So perfect. So we don't even need to fill this entire thing up with dirt like we did with the last one. and there's much more spots for seeds. So we can go ahead and do that for the rest of them. So we can set it to insert, turn on sticky mode, put in platinum seeds, and then we can put some extra platinum seeds into the planter. Those are platinum seeds. Yeah, platinum seeds. And then we can do the same thing for the wheat. Turn off the redstone control, put it into insert, sticky mode on, and put a seed in, and then put the rest of the seeds. Did I turn off the redstone control for this? Yeah. Yes, okay. So perfect. So now we can do power, and power is much easier to set up. And the cool thing about the EnderIO conduit is you're about to see here, I just right click and whoop, they go on the same block. You can have multiple types of conduits on the exact same block. So let's just go ahead and set up all the power conduit. Boom, boom, boom. Zoop, zoop. Perfect. And there's no configuration needed for these. They automatically attach as needed. You can see none of these machines have power, no energy. Sorry about that. Just a small interrupted Skype call there. Anyway, let's get right back into it. So as I was saying, the power conduits, you don't need to configure them. They automatically connect as needed to the machines, and the machines don't have power in them. So we can go ahead and hook up our machines to our creative energy cell here, or this is any other redstone flux power source possible. So we can go ahead and connect. Perfect. And then you can see immediately, what the heck? What? Do I not have this set to output? Whoa, no I don't. Wow, that's weird. All right, there we go. And you can see immediately the machines start filling up with power, and all the machines should now have power in them. So we can go ahead and take the magic fertilizer that I have here, and you can see this crystal chest here is empty, nothing in it. And I can go ahead and insta-grow some of these crops here. We'll just grow a whole bunch of them. And you can see the items are going into here immediately. There's no travel time. They go into there instantly, which makes them a little bit better than the item ducts, because item ducts take time. And the item ducts have to render items unless you use the opaque ones, which could have some performance impact on your server or client. So you can see we have some redstone essence in there. We can go ahead and do it to the platinum crops. Let's grow a few platinum. All right, and you can see the platinums are instantly going into the chest. And then you can see there are no seeds in here, no seeds whatsoever, because all the seeds are going down into here, all the excess seeds, because we set the whitelist to sticky mode right here. So I hope, oh, actually, okay. Another thing you can do, and this is optional, not needed, because it doesn't have any impact if the tank fills up. But in the harvester, the harvester builds up sludge. And the sludge is used for kind of just various things. It's not too, anyway, they build up sludge, that's the point. There's another conduit here called the fluid conduit. So if I get a tank of any sort, let's just get a, I don't know, we'll get just a Buildcraft factory tank, and we'll place one right, I'll just get it kind of out here for a bit. Okay, we place it right there. There's these fluid conduits, and if we attach fluid conduits to our system, right, as such, and to the tank, it doesn't have to be at the bottom, it can be top side, anything. And then we attach the fluid conduit along the entire bottom of our conduit here, of our other two, and then attach it to the harvesters. You can see, whoop. All right, and then you have to see how they don't connect, or didn't connect. That's because you have to get a crescent hammer right here, and just right click the bottom of the fluid conduit right there, and it'll connect. And that one's connected, and that one's connected. Perfect. And then you can see this thing has filled up with some sludge, and these harvesters, you can see the harvesters are already empty because they didn't have much sludge in them to begin with. But you can see all the sludge now goes into this tank, and you can use that sludge for whatever you desire. So that's how you build the exact same automated farm system that I had over here, where I use item ducts and thermal expansion, the thermal expansion mod. This is how you do it with EnderIO. And it's cool about this because it takes up much less space. All the conduit go into one block. You can keep it nice and neat. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. I'll see you next time. Bye.